An offensive tackle, which is a position of need. I think we all can agree on that for the Tigers. Spencer Lovell, he is an Arizona State offensive tackle. He has entered the portal. He is a grad transfer with 2 years of eligibility, massive frame, 6'7", 315. What do you know about this guy?
Well, I know he's got one of the greatest roster photos. If you ever just go on Arizona State's roster, check out his photo, you'll get excited because he's an offensive lineman that looks a little crazy. So that's fun. You mentioned the frame, obviously a huge prospect, and he's got a tackle frame, but played a lot of guard at Arizona State. Actually started some games last year before they went over some roster transition as well. So, that's an interesting player from a height and weight standpoint. He just hit the portal. There is interest, reported interest from Auburn, but there's interest from a lot of schools, right? There's not a whole lot of kids that are players that size, I should say, that are available this late into the offseason. So we'll see where he ends up visiting. That's always a telling factor. So if you're an Auburn fan, you're hoping he's not ready to make a commitment and he's going to take a considerable amount of visits. He did visit Cal over his first weekend as a portal free agent or whatever we want to call it. Sure. But there's a dozen programs that are interested. A lot of schools across the country could use a big body like that. So we'll see. Naturally, he's a West Coast kid. He's from Colorado originally. So naturally, the Pac-12 schools probably feel better about their chances on the front end. But like you said, Zach, he's a graduate transfer, multiple years of eligibility remaining. So this isn't a rental like some of these portal replacements have been, where you're like, hey, it's May. You're going to come here, you're going to play, and if you're off to the NFL, you'll be gone by November or December. This isn't a 6-month, 7-month rental. This is a 2-year potential, impact player who has Power 5 and Pac-12 experience to his name with some positional flexibility on the offensive line. Who doesn't need that at any level of football? So understandably, Auburn is interested, but so are many other schools. So we'll see who can be the next school after Cal to host him for a visit. Typically, kids like this don't last very long. Right. Players like this don't last very long in the portal. So every visit here will be paramount in my mind, and at least from where I sit. But no doubt Auburn should be interested, and fans should be excited that there is some tangible interest from Auburn's end. So we'll see if they can get a visit.